Welcome to Cast Burgers. I'm your host, Eli Halpern, and this is my friend Christian Ceja, who is a fighter that I sponsor via Golden Cricket. And this whole podcast is going to be a Golden Cricket ad, and we're also going to release it as a podcast because we're going to talk about weird shit at the end. But first, I'd like to tell you how I started Golden Cricket. So I started Golden Cricket because I eat a lot of protein bars. I'm on the go all the time. I don't always have time to enjoy a nice juicy steak, which sounds amazing, but I can't eat that in the car. So I thought, hey, nobody's doing insect protein bars. That's pretty cool. And I've done the research. They're super healthy, super sustainable. They're not poison, like a lot of people want to comment on Facebook. They're like, oh, you can't digest their exoskeleton. Actually, the exoskeleton is a really positive form of fiber that is more bioavailable than the fiber in plants and acts as a natural prebiotic. So humans have been eating insects for millions of years. It's literally easy. It's literally easier to eat insects than it is to eat animals. Like, I'm not even talking about morality or nutrition at this point. I'm just saying, like, if you have absolutely no tools or skills and you're hungry, eating insects is the easiest way to get your protein.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, monkeys do it with sticks, and that's barely even a tool. And, like, even before you were a human, we were eating bugs. Like,
even when you're a kid, you probably tried eating bugs.
I used to eat ants all the time. Like, I'm not even kidding. I would be like at school, just in the playground, and I would just like pick up ants, just like freak out the other, because like it doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't do anything. You just crunch it with your teeth, and like it's dead instantly.
They were spicy when I had them.
Spicy ants?
Yeah.
Like,
they might have been red ants. But I remember them being spicy.
No, I just remember all the other kids would be like, why are you doing that? And I would just be like, I don't know. Because ants, man.
It's in your DNA. It's just like you're supposed to eat them.
It felt right. It felt natural.
All the people are commenting like that it's this conspiracy theory that the government wants you to eat bugs. First of all, I haven't heard them say that once. But, it is a conspiracy theory that the government wants you to eat is meat. Like the head of Moloch that they sacrifice children to is the head of a cow. And I think that the meat industry is like a giant mass sacrifice ritual. And so all these people that are like, I'd rather eat a steak than a cricket protein bar, like you're already buying into their agenda. And also, you don't choose between the two. You're not like, okay, am I going to have a protein bar for dinner or a steak? Like, no, obviously, a protein bar is not a meal. I mean, sure, my protein bar is a meal replacement because it has enough calories to be so, and it's something to eat when you're on the go, but you're not going to pick it over dinner.
For sure not. Like, yeah, I want to eat a steak or like...
Unless you're on the move all the time like me, and then you're consciously, that that's not the best, most fulfilling dinner in terms of enjoyment, but nutritionally it's better. But, eating isn't just about nutrition. It's about the enjoyment of the act, Like if we just wanted to get our protein, we could just take pellets and live. But we want to chew and swallow and things that sound gross to explain.
Have you actually seen that? There's a meme where it's this dude who's like, the best thing that you can eat for strength and physical gains is primate feed. And it's just like essentially like a photo album of him showing himself eating just like primate food for like zoo animals and like his like actual physical strength gains. I think that's hilarious.
Like what?
What do you mean?
What is the primate food?
It literally just looks like dog food. It looks like...
You don't know what's in it?
It's like dried up banana chips, dried up like different like fruits and vegetables and stuff, but it's all like super condensed, super like packed so that they can just, give a gorilla a handful and he can be satiated for a day. Man, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, just eating the same, like bodybuilders will do like chicken and rice and water and milk, and that's it. Some of them, and that gets boring. You know, you want to switch it up. People saying like, I'd rather eat meat. Like, okay, but like, why not eat everything?
Yeah, just eat everything. I was actually, to go back really quick about like that whole Moloch thing and the sacrifice thing. Have you heard of the idea of loosh sacrifices, or like?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, if you think that like that could even be a facet of that, because think about, I used to live in a place called Lemoore, California, and like 20 minutes away, there's this place called Cowschwitz.
Are you kidding?
No. Well, like colloquially, it's like called that because it's literally just like acres of just like acres in the middle of a desert, and then there's one corrugated tin roof that like stretches half a mile, and then it's just nothing but cows and cow poop. And it belongs
Auschwitz?
Yeah, and it belongs to this place called I think it's like called like Harris Ranch or something, and it just like they raise a bunch of cattle for meat. And it's crazy. But that can't be a pleasant way to live. That sounds terrible. And then like just to, you know, like, don't get me wrong, I'll destroy a steak. I'll eat anything. But like,
but you're not going to raise them in a factory.
Yeah, for sure not. Yeah, I'm not trying to like have this cow out in the middle of a field in 120-degree weather with only a corrugated tin roof for him and all of his 9,000 other homies.
Yeah, and I don't think any steak eater is a proponent of torturing animals.
For sure not.
But it's kind of like, what else are you going to do? It's very hard to like find a local farmer or something. I mean, there's a lot of people that do. A lot of people kill their own animals. That's cool.
But also like for a regular everyday dude who doesn't have access to that, like even if you were to meet a farmer, it's way more expensive, honestly, than to like go to HEB or Walmart or what have you and just pick up your little pack of, 1 pound beef.
Yeah. And also eating the same thing gets old. Like I was saying, like even eating steak every day gets old.
Yeah. And
I've tried and I love steak.
Actually, I remember that. I remember that span of time where you're like, I'm just going to eat steak. And I would just see it on your story every day, just like steak.
I'm going to try to do a cricket only diet, but they're so small.
Just handfuls of crickets in the morning.
See, I can't do the raw crickets.
Really?
I still think it's too weird. But it
doesn't taste like anything. It just tastes like dirt. Like legitimately, I've tried. Like in like Mexico or like wherever.
I have some at my house.
Yeah, it just doesn't taste like anything,
on,
dude. Just put some salt on it. I don't know. But speaking more to your bars specifically, man, like I've had 2 or 3 2-packs of them now, and like I'll be honest, dude, I keep a shitty schedule, like sleep wise and stuff like that. So like a lot of the times when I'm waking up to go train or like to go do something, I'm like, wake up, I gotta go out the door. So like I'll wake up, I'll put my coffee on, I'll brush my teeth, take the dog out real quick. My coffee's done. I'll grab one of the bars, I'll have my coffee, and I'm like eating that, drinking my coffee while I'm driving to train. Like, and that's easy, dude. And like it gives me fuel. It doesn't have any like nastiness that's gonna make me feel all like crappy while I'm training. You know what I'm saying? It's easy peasy.
Yeah. Golden Cricket is the perfect protein bar for the active person who doesn't have time to sit down for an hour for a steak.
For sure. And it, like, again, like it's just,
soundbite.
It's the ease of access, man. Like I open the box, grab one out, and then I go and do whatever I got to do.
And it's like dense too. So it's like,
for sure. Like I'm not just like through it in a bite or two. I actually, I can take my time with it and just like enjoy it for what it's worth.
And it's actually twice the calories of most protein bars out there.
For sure.
Which some people, a lot of women are like trying to lose weight. And they're like put off by the amount of calories. And to that I say, you're getting more food for the same price as another protein bar. Yeah. You can eat half now, half later. It stays good in the car. You remember all summer long, it was like 110 degrees.
Yeah.
I'd leave them in my car and they wouldn't melt. I mean, the chocolate chips would melt.
A little bit. But that adds to the experience of it. Like you take a bite and it's like, ooh, melty chocolate chip right in the middle.
It makes it better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they don't taste as good cold, in my opinion.
I tried one of them frozen, and I'm not going to lie, dude, I almost like destroyed my teeth. So careful if you try to freeze them. Yeah, bad move. Just room temperature.
Yeah, they're rock hard. They keep them in the fridge at Black Sheep Boxing. And I'm like, they don't really have another place for it.
That's fair enough. Shout out to Black Sheep, dude. That place is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been going there a lot more lately because my ankle's kind of messed up from the jiu-jitsu tournament heel hook.
For sure.
So I'm just going to do boxing for the next week or two until that is better.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how many people are upset at my company on Facebook.
I mean, that makes sense.
And it's kind of cool because they're sharing it and be like, get a load of this guy. Yeah. And they're like kind of doing the marketing for me, which is part of the plan. But I also wish there were more supporters in the comments section. But my target audience isn't sitting on Facebook all day. They're out doing stuff.
For sure. I'll be honest, dude. I'm like, and people probably don't like this, but I'm a keyboard warrior, dude. I love it. I'll get on there and I'll talk shit all day. I don't care about what. If you say you like something, I don't even know about it. I'll just say, yeah, that's dumb. You're dumb for liking that. And I'll just go back and forth with people for hours. And it's the best. And while I'm eating a protein bar, by the way. I'm just this is fantastic. I don't have to move.
Golden Cricket will give you the fuel to argue with strangers.
Yeah.
That would be, I remember this one guy commented I'd never eat crickets. Stop trying to make us eat bugs. And I'm like, first of all, dude, I'm trying to make money. I need to live. So you telling me to not make money, that's not going to work. Another thing is I commented, that's exactly what a cricket would say.
You just post a picture of a cricket too.
I knew you were one of them.
Honestly, you should just start referring to any detractors as crickets. You're just a cricket.
I don't want to do that because all the people that don't support it are heavily armed and
but they're
and angry at the world. But yeah, if I got to get assassinated.
Yeah, but then you don't get to enjoy all the money you made, so don't do that. Maybe.
I'll give you a bunch.
I might maybe do that then. Fair enough. That's fair enough. No, okay. So I was thinking about that because there was I think maybe a week ago you sent me a screenshot of that just all those people on the Instagram comments just nah, the bugs, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, I mean that's to be expected. Probably about percentage wise, I would say maybe 85% of those people are just memeing or just being I'm just gonna say it because I've heard other people say it just for a laugh, a little cheap laugh. And then the other 15%, what have you, is for real.
Yeah, because I mean, I know from personal experience, when I talk to people who are against it, I can change their mind.
For sure.
So I just need to do that through my marketing, which is how this is going to help because, I get every time I pop up, I get to explain a little bit more.
For sure.
And then eventually I'm going to get you. And I'm not part of some conspiracy. I want your money. And I don't want to take your money. I want you to give it to me voluntarily because you think I have a good idea. And then I will use that money by investing into my friends who are fighters and athletes and musicians and comedians, and it will benefit everyone. I have no desire to have a Ferrari collection or a yacht.
I mean, maybe one.
I do not like cars.
No, a yacht.
I would never own a yacht. I would rent one maybe for an event, but owning one, you're paying $1 million in maintenance.
Yeah. Dude, you have no idea.
I'm not even thinking about what I'm going to do with money for my personal life once this business succeeds. All I'm thinking about is blowing up my friends.
Which is badass.
And that'll naturally
And you don't get that a lot. Especially, and I know maybe some people don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. We're in Austin. Some people are kind of snooty, man, and they're just kind of out for themselves. But, do what you can.
Well, you got to be out for yourself first because you can't help anyone else until you help yourself.
For sure.
But I've been selfish long enough to where I'm ready to expand. And, if I got $1 million right now, that would not make me nearly as happy as if all my friends got $1 million too, and we could all go celebrate together.
For sure. And okay, like that's something that I've learned, and it's so like I hate when people like segue into martial arts from any conversation, but like it kind of applies, man. Like seeing the homies happy, like seeing the teammates succeed and like win their fights and like celebrate being part of that with like, that's fucking awesome, dude. There's no comparison. There's no comparison to like the fulfillment, like the cool feeling of like, dude, like these are my friends. They're happy because they just did something cool and I got to be a part of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's dope.
Yeah. And you trained with them in the gym. So you were like,
for sure. Like
something they learned when they were working with you, they used in the cage. Maybe, so you were part of that.
Man. And it's like, yeah, for sure. And like, maybe not even like to that extent, like just being, it sounds weird and it sounds like cliche or whatever, but there's a reason that those exist, right? Because I wouldn't say they work, but they are what they are. It's like being around people that like want to see you succeed and want to succeed themselves is a world different than just like being around regular people. Of just like, I'll just, we're gonna go do 9 to 5 and I'll just, go.
I wouldn't know.
Home.
I haven't been around regular people like ever.
Dude, I spent most of my life around regular people, like in the Navy and like even a little bit after that. Like it wasn't until like I kind of started getting involved with like more martial arts and like kind of getting away from having like a regular normal person schedule and job that I kind of realized that people are where it's at. And like that's coming from somebody who doesn't hang out with anybody and like doesn't go out. So that's like, and I think like, you can attest to that. Like I really don't.
Yeah, people are the best.
For sure.
And the worst.
But you have to find the best people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude,
sure.
That's been my whole life mission. Yeah. And I can honestly say I have found the best people.
For sure.
Because I'm friends with some of the about to be best comedians in the world.
Yeah.
No
doubt.
Some of the about to be best musicians in the world.
For sure.
About to be best fighters in the world.
Right here. Christian Simmons as well. Shout out.
Yeah, Game Day. Shout out to Game Day. He's fucking...
That dude.
He's about to go to Abu Dhabi. I think I'm going to go with him. Are you going to go?
I'm trying. I think there's a whole goal right now. Like we kind of put together a little team like manifesto of sorts of like we're all trying to go out there.
I keep missing fights and hating myself.
It's the worst, dude. But they're so fun to be at. Going to Abu Dhabi for Worlds would be insane. That'd be so fun. That would be being out there for 4 weeks.
Is that in Dubai or the same country or
United Arab Emirates? Probably somewhere out. It's somewhere out there where they got all the oil money, man. I don't know. I don't fail geography. I'm sure. I don't know.
Because Dubai seems cool. It's like safest city in the world, and everything's made of gold.
Yeah, but also I feel like,
but you have to adhere to the Islam.
Exactly. Like,
but also,
it's funny because I know exactly. No, but like I definitely.
Well, first of all, I don't drink, and women can't drive. Like, ooh, okay,
ooh, big deal.
Oh man, we gotta cut that out. That was a joke. I'm a comedian, remember? I'm just a comedian. Everything's a joke.
Yeah, little tee ha-has.
But that's okay. That's a thing that the love and community in fighting, that's not as much as in comedy. But Austin is a magical place, dude, because I hear nothing but love and support from everyone. Probably also because a lot of people too afraid to tell me otherwise.
For sure. But
that's also good.
I mean, striking fear into people is what is it? It was, would I rather be feared or loved? Why not both?
I think Joseph Stalin said that.
Whatever. Cool.
No, the problem with being feared is you don't get honesty. But like, you don't fear me. You'll tell me if I'm like being stupid.
Like me particularly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
like I'm not surrounded by yes men.
For sure.
I'm surrounded by people that have the same mentality as me.
Yeah.
And if they happen to agree with me all the time, that just means I'm doing pretty good. And I like to seek out people that disagree with me so I can expand on what I'm doing wrong. Like me and you argue all the time.
For sure.
About like
whatever.
Yeah, like not angry at each other.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
we'll just like, let's see how far I can take my angle.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And it gets ridiculous. Yeah. Very obviously. But like, okay, see, That is why, like, I feel a lot of people have trouble having actual conversation, like just like an actual conversation where it's just not like, oh, weather good, oh, show good, oh, food good, oh, sports ball good, like, you know, where you're, because it quickly devolves into people being like, I'm angry at you, and now I'm gonna show you that I'm angry at you because we had a disagreement and we can never be friends again. It's like, no, dude, like, just learn more things.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Just learn more things and be more, like, open.
I mean, we both also do that. Yeah. We get angry at people to the point where they think that a line has been crossed. Yeah, but like, it hasn't.
No, dude, because like it's just
we're kind of scary. Because when we get passionate, we're like, no, actually, they all went to Antarctica because that's why they went to Argentina, because it's the closest to Antarctica.
For sure.
And it sounds like we're getting worked up.
But it's like, no, I'm just excited, dude. Like, if I was really worked up and angry, like, I would just be really quiet and probably just, like, strike you.
Yeah. I would just punch them if I really didn't like them. But I most of my in conversations with people, I'm either trying to teach them something or I'm trying to learn something, which can also be annoying because not everybody wants to hear unwarranted advice. Or
not only that, but also not everybody's capable of being a teacher. So it's like you're trying to learn something from somebody that's incapable of explaining it to you is like, it's terrible. Because it's like,
yeah, that's been one of my biggest problems with specifically dating. I don't have time to, like, I'm working on business and stuff. I don't really have time to just take a whole day and be like, let's go do something.
For sure.
And then you have to date a lot of girls to like figure out which one you actually want to spend time with. And 90% of people are just not good at English and conversations.
No.
Like, if I brought just a random person on this podcast, I would have to stop them and redirect them the whole time.
You just start rambling about like the VCR and then remember from the VCR the one time that it got stuck because there was a peanut butter sandwich in it, and then it would just keep going.
Wait, that sounds interesting.
That's another meme deep in the internet.
Oh, that I had a party in college, and the next day we woke up and there was a mini pizza in my toaster oven, in the toaster sideways. There was just a little pizza in one of the two toaster slits sideways.
Oh, okay. So I thought you had like a toaster oven, but it was like an actual toaster. So somebody just that's fucking awesome, dude. I'm just imagining all of the toppings as it's cooking, just sliding down the side of it and pooling at the bottom of the fucking toaster and just starting a fire. It's like,
yeah, pretty much.
Drunk guy murders.
Jake, how many minutes are we at? I knew it. I'm gonna change. I'm a goddamn professional. Ooh, Patreon special. You see me with my shirt off. This is all going in the podcast. I don't care.
Oh, dude, I'm digging. You should do this look all the time. Just a wife beater and a gold chain. Yeah. And like sweats. Oh, dude, that'd be hilarious.
It's too cold, man.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's not that it's function. It's just that you're wearing a wife beater at all times only.
I hate minorities so much.
I don't care that it's 40 degrees outside. I want you to know how hard I hit my wife last night. That's a joke. I don't have a wife.
All right, fucking crickets are assholes.
Have you ever seen a grasshopper fight?
No, but let's do that after I do this thing.
No.
All right. Another reason why it's okay to eat crickets is because they're assholes. Like, if you get locked in a room with enough crickets and your hands are tied behind your back, they will eat you alive.
Is that like a demonstrable fact? Have they... I mean, obviously, probably not a person, but like...
Okay, I've had multiple people who have had their pet lizards eaten alive by crickets.
Oh my God, because they went to feed them.
Mm-hmm. Too many crickets.
That's kind of on the owner's fault, though. It's like
it's not about the fault. It's about the cricket's intentions.
For sure not. But like, okay, let's be real. Like, if you were in prison and there was this one big prisoner who was known to eat all of the other little prisoners.
No, crickets are not known to do that, though.
Yeah, but no. But I'm saying, like, in the case of the lizard.
Hang on, this is not the time to argue about this. I need to do the pitch. Like, crickets will eat you if they get the chance. It's literally an us versus them situation. We have to eat the crickets. You're either with the crickets or you're with us.
I think I'd choose us. How many crickets do you think you could, like, single-handedly...
All of them.
Before your stomach exploded, how many crickets do you think you could take?
Oh, eat them?
Yeah.
I have to eat all of them,
too? You just have to eat them. The only way you can kill them is by eating them.
Let's get back to that in a second. Also, like, what other animal can you say that about? You can't be like, I love steak and I hate cows. You're a bad person if you say that. But if you eat crickets and hate them, you're still a good person.
That's fair enough.
Like, nobody hates animals. That's not why we eat them. We eat them because they're delicious. But imagine how much more powerful it feels to be like, I hate this animal, so I killed it and ate it. And I'm still a good person. Golden cricket. That's where we come in.
We make you a good person.
Yeah.
Through your hate.
Well, because crickets, they're not suffering when they're growing. They live their full life cycle of 6 weeks, and they're free range, which is hilarious, and I'm not really sure what that means, but that's what the farm says. They just have a bigger enclosure than a plastic bin, which is what a lot of other people do.
I would like to imagine that there's actually a man that just roams around a giant field that's covered in a net, catching crickets with his hands.
He has 6 hands, and he's just chained to a rock, and he's been there since the dawn of time.
The chain is long enough for the entirety of the property, so he can just, like, get around, but he can never go inside.
And he has 6 eyes.
He's slowly
purple.
He's slowly becoming a cricket.
Also, crickets, they make too much damn noise at night. No. Okay. No, there's too many, dude, there's too many crickets. We have a problem. I don't know if you've been anywhere in Texas, but there's too many crickets. We need to kill them and use them for food. They're the best source of protein. They're better. They're high in calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, potassium. They're a natural prebiotic. They have no sugar, low in fat and carbs. They're easier to digest than milk or meat. I say that because milk is hard to digest for 70% of the world, which is lactose intolerant. Also, with factory farmed meat, you're kind of eating their trauma too, which.
Okay, so I think there's actually something to that. Like, for sure.
Like, if an animal is tortured and miserable its whole life, and then you eat their body,
for sure,
there's some kind of energy exchange.
No, for sure. There's like I forget what the term is, but like I read about it or somebody told me about it, where it's like if when you're hunting and an animal like gets like too amped up and like adrenalized, like the meat tastes terrible, like because I don't know why.
Gamey, yeah.
No, but
it's because the blood's going into their muscles.
Well, that's just like gamey is just like an animal like taste thing of like wild animals. That's what I've heard. But like I know that there's like something about like
you want to kill them when they're standing still, like grazing,
when they're chilling. You don't want them all like freaked out.
Yeah, like if I killed you and ate you right now, you taste a lot better than if I killed you in the middle of training.
For sure, probably. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
So you training tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm competing. Actually, Texas Cats Wrestling. I got
Oh yeah, I'm sponsoring you.
No, that's for January 7th.
But I'm also, you're gonna wear your rash guard?
Yeah, for sure.
I need to give you a new one. So I have my marketing guys coming to your event tomorrow because I triple booked and I will not be there.
Okay.
I gave him your number.
For sure.
Not Cody and Christian because they suck at texting.
Hell yeah.
But he's going to film your guys' matches and then do like a little interview with you after.
Hell
and then we're going to turn those in ads.
Badass. Yeah.
His name's Alec Winter and he's just like us. Like you will really like this guy. He's on the same page about everything.
Based.
Yeah. What else? Why else should we eat insects? You know, crickets.
Honestly, dude, just because why not? Why not? Who cares? Fuck, whatever, dude. I'll eat that right now. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna eat batteries. Obviously, I'm not gonna eat batteries. But like, you've heard of that fruit, the durian, where it's like supposed to be stinky and it tastes terrible? Like, I'd fucking eat that. Why not? Just why not? It doesn't matter. If I know it's not gonna kill me, like actually know it's not gonna kill me or poison me, why not? Like, oh, you might throw up. Oh, dude, cool.
Yeah, I mean,
how many times I've thrown up in my life?
You can't eat it if you're allergic to shellfish. Crickets carry over.
Maybe don't have weak genes and be allergic to things.
Yeah, Gary.
Gary.
He's allergic to shrimp.
Damn, so he can't eat the bars?
No, but he has, and he's like, they're delicious. And as his throat's like swelling up.
I just imagine like Gary getting all red-faced, obviously with no shirt on, just...
He's like, let me just wash this down with a beer.
Smart. Ah, dude, that sucks. I can't... You know what's weird? And it's completely unrelated, but I remember going through boot camp and they put us in a gas chamber, like with
what?
OC spray, like tear gas. Like they put us in a room and they like tear gas us. And I remember before that they asked
Tim Kennedy got a bunch of shit for that from the media.
Yeah, but they're pussies.
Yeah, okay.
I remember before we did that, and before we put the gas masks on, they were like, "Is anybody allergic to shellfish?" And I was like, "What does that have to do with being tear gassed?" Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
They never told you?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about that story.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, does it?
You're just like coughing, just like, what's in this that shellfish people can't have?
But I don't know, like, because it was before we put on the mask, the gas mask. So like, you put on the gas mask, you walk into the thing, and you line up, and then you take the mask off, and then you say like you're like, "Oh, I'm Seaman Recruit Ceja. My number is blah 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 blah," and then obviously you're coughing and spitting up the entire time.
Seaman?
Yeah. And then and you just wait there until your line gets finished and then you walk out. But I was like, yeah, like what? Imagine if somebody did have a shellfish allergy. What would have happened? Like, would they have exploded? Have you ever you've seen Blade, right?
No.
Oh, dude, what's wrong with you? You need to watch Blade. Wesley Snipes, Vampire Hunter, dude. Come on. Anyway, there's
I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's such a good movie.
Jake, you have any suggestions on things I should say? I feel like as soon as I leave, I'm going to be like, oh, there's 10 things I forgot to mention. Yeah. All right. That's fine. All right. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for this wonderful studio, man. This is dope. This is a really cool spot.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. You're awesome. I love you, man. You're doing great. Yeah, this reminds me of like Darth Vader.
I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Are you just saying that because I didn't watch Blade?
No, but now that you say that, I wish that had been the bit.
You don't know who Darth Vader is?
No.
You've never seen Star Wars?
What is that?
What are you talking about?
Star Trek with the ears guy?
No. Why are you doing this to me?
Because I hate you. Obviously. No, but yeah, for sure. I get it. Can you imagine, like, if your room was only lit up by those kinds of lights?
Yeah.
Like, you just had one in each corner?
I'm going to do that one day.
would hate to visit.
I want my house. No, you're gonna come over and it's gonna look like a space station. You're gonna be like, okay, you were right. This is cool.
Okay. Oh, dude, space. We need to go to space. We need to go to space.
Yeah.
We need to go to space.
Yeah.
Earth is kind of getting dumb and really lame.
So if I become a billionaire, I'm gonna explore the bottom of the ocean.
First. Though. No. First, Antarctica. Then the bottom of the ocean.
I think the bottom of the ocean would be easier. We could just get a guy and a submarine. Yeah. Antarctica, you got to get like paperwork. You're getting into another foreign territory.
For sure. But like the consequences of like fucking up in Antarctica is like
death.
For sure. But that's also the consequence for fucking up at the bottom of the ocean.
No, I'm not going to go there.
So then you're not actually going. You can't say, I want to go, and then be like, but I'm not actually going.
Okay, fine, I'll go. James Cameron did it.
Yeah, but...
in that tiny little...
Dude, that would be insane. Could you imagine, like, you're in that, and you just, like, hear creaking, like, and then, like, bing! You just hear, like, hissing.
Yeah, okay, we got to do that. We got to beat James Cameron's...
Dude, I bet you I could beat
depth.
James Cameron's ass.
No, we got to beat his depth.
Oh.
Also, space... I keep hearing a ton of stuff about how the Earth is flat, and I hear absolutely nothing that convinces me. And I've delved in deep, man. It's just like it always comes to like, okay, if Earth is flat, what are planets? And then they're like, oh, they're balls of energy. How is a ball flat?
Well, actually, if you exist as a two-dimensional being and you're looking at a three-dimensional plane, you would only perceive it.
I don't know.
And then they're saying how like planes fly straight and they don't curve with the Earth. I mean, I assume it's just so slight you barely notice it.
It's literally probably that. Okay, but like I'm at a point in my life where it's like, okay, so what? Cool.
No, I have to know.
No, but I'm saying like, whether or not it's flat, so what? I still have to fucking wake up in the morning and go do shit that I...
That's what my dad says.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Everything matters.
Does it though?
I need to know.
Okay, but like, even if you know what, like in the grand scheme of things, you're still going to do like your cricket company. You're still going to train.
Well, I'll give you an example.
For sure.
Knowing that we're all genetically modified by the Anunnaki to be a slave race makes me feel confident in my work ethic and knowing that I'm serving my genetic purpose by working every day and not feeling bad about it, or maybe I should do something else. It's like, no, this is why I'm here. So there's one thing. Another thing, knowing the double slit experiment means that all matter is light waves and we're in a hologram and
can you explain that? The double slit experiment?
Oh,
maybe not like in depth, but like I don't know what that is.
Basically, they just shot electrons through a thing with two slits in it, and then it made an interference pattern, which is it made instead of two stripes on the so it would shoot them through the holes, and then there was something on the back that they would hit.
Okay,
they would leave a mark where they hit.
For sure.
So they were expecting they shot it through one slit first. In the back, one slit showed up. A bunch of little dots in the shape of the slit, obviously. Then they did it with two slits. And the shape that was made was, there were 6 lines, which is indicative of, imagine if those two slits were in a pond and you dropped a pebble, and the waves go out, they travel through each of those slits, they become 2 smaller waves, then they start intersecting with each other.
They like diffuse outward. I understand. Like
so,
you have the wave.
And that's what an interference pattern is. And you can prove an interference pattern at home if you do this with like a laser pointer or a light. So it'll make this kind of wave pattern. So they were like, hold on, electrons are matter. How is it acting like a wave? And then they moved like the camera closer to see which hole they were going through. All of a sudden, it starts making 2 lines. So electrons are aware they're being observed. All matter is conscious and is made of light. And there's more evidence to support the double slit experiment than there is for gravity. So you might be saying, whatever, why does that matter? Well, that matters because it helps me with my visualization and manifestation, knowing that I can like manipulate the light matrix.
I understand that. So like, okay. The idea of like simulation theory and all that stuff, like, really jives with me. But like maybe in a different way, because like I play a lot of video games. Like,
well, I don't think an advanced civilization made the simulation. I think God made the simulation.
Okay. Whoa. To what end?
The ends of the universe.
But I mean, okay, like, and I guess even in asking that question, like, I kind of thought about it for like a split second there, and it was just like, why not? Like, dude, no, like, I do things on my computer like that all the time. Like, I'll start a new game, and I'll just like set all the parameters to like whatever I want, just because. Like, why not? Like, just to see what the character, like, what's gonna happen now?
I mean, if God truly made us in His image, then He's also kind of delusional and retarded.
Yeah.
There's not a human on earth that a large group of people will not call them delusional or retarded. Every single human on earth.
For sure. For every single person on earth has at least one person that would call them delusional and retarded. I'm
going to say at least 1 million people.
Think?
If you put them on TV, if you put any single person on TV saying what they think, 1 million people would call them retarded and delusional.
I mean, you're not wrong, though. Like, then that's just...
Elon Musk. He's so smart.
He's actually an intelligent person, sure. But, like...
Tons of people talk shit.
He's delusional and retarded. Actually, my name's Elon Musk, and I just have a really flat face, and my body's controlled from the inside of my chest cavity by a tinier person.
But yeah, so I mean, each person is also God and divine in a higher dimension. But in this dimension, we're all kind of retarded, doing our best with what information we have.
Well, I mean, you gotta.
If it turns out crickets will kill you in 10 years, sorry, didn't know that. I'm not hiding anything. I'm telling you the truth about everything, and that's why I believe in this business so much, because there's just nothing but positive studies. There's nothing negative said about crickets, except for the fact that the World Economic Forum might be trying to push them. If that was true, they would be generally regarded as safe at Whole Foods, and I could get in there, and it would be a lot easier to... All these companies aren't even willing to work with cricket protein.
Yeah, I also think...
It's way easier. The government is pushing meat.
Actually, I don't think so. I think the government's pushing...
It's in every grocery store.
Alternative meats.
Yes, lab-grown meat.
Yeah, like
definitely.
They don't want you eating real actual.
Fuck
meat.
that, dude. Crickets are natural. They're literally the most natural. Bro, they're literally just dying and then you eat them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also guarantee that there's at least 1 billion people on this planet who have a regular amount of crickets as a staple in their diet and are fine.
20 to 80% of the world. I know that's a big range, but it depends how you look at it. But most of the world is or has consumed insects as part of their regular cuisine.
For sure.
And I've witnessed it firsthand. That's where I got the idea when I went to Thailand.
Yeah.
We're eating scorpions barbecued, and they were delicious.
I never went to Thailand. I got to go to Korea, and that similar thing though, like little cool like street food stuff with bugs and neat. A lot of seafood though. And Busan was really cool. I remember walking around there, and I was just like really hungry. I had just gotten off the ship, and they were like, none of the signs were in English. Obviously, who'd have thought? And I was just looking around, and I saw this lady who had a stand where she was selling fresh fried squid that she had just gotten from the market like down the street, which was dope. So I tried that, and it was delicious. And then she also had crickets and...
Wait, I got a thing.
Yeah.
Also, eating crickets is the same as like eating shrimp. Like they're both arthropods. If you eat shrimp or lobster, you shouldn't have a problem with eating crickets.
Yeah, but do you eat shrimp with the skin on?
You're supposed to be agreeing with me.
I know. Okay, but like actually, now that I actually think about it, like that is kind of true. Like that a shrimp is just like...
They're too small to take the exoskeleton off. Crickets.
Could you imagine like having to do that job? Just like...
People used to ask me, they still sometimes do, like what part of the cricket they use. And I'm like, just the whole thing. They just throw the whole thing in there. Imagine if they're just taking off the leg meat.
Yeah,
with tweezers.
This is breast meat. This is cricket breast meat.
The guy's just sitting there with tweezers and a lab coat. He's working like 18-hour days, and he's only getting like an ounce of meat per day.
Dude, oh my god. I can't. Like, okay, but that'll probably exist at some point. Like that as a job.
Yeah.
That as a job will probably exist at some point. I read an article. There's I get on a lot of weird websites, and I was reading this article about this dude who I don't understand the mechanism of how he did it, but he subsists and supplements most of his income via swapping cam website tokens for currency. I don't know how he does it, but essentially he like goes through cam websites and he'll like look at the different people that are on there. And then you know how like
screen record and then impersonate them?
No, like YouTube
people do that
for sure. You know how like YouTube videos have like tags and it'll say like, oh, this video is about like longboarding or this video is about like crickets or whatever. He goes through and watches people's streams and like their previous videos on demand, like of their previous recordings, and he puts tags on them. So it's like if this girl is wearing cat ears, it'll like, oh, he'll put the cat ear tag on it. Or if this chick is Asian, he'll put like the Asian tag on it. Or
and this makes him money?
No. So apparently he gets paid for that service that he does in tokens for the sites. And then I don't know through what mechanism he manages to convert those tokens into actual dollars or wherever the hell he's from, whatever their currency is. I'm assuming
basically how crypto works.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Yeah, exactly. But
dude. But FTX?
That's hilarious to me. I barely know anything about it. But the idea that these two like dweebs just ruining the economy and like paying for political campaigns,
everything that's happening is insane. Elon Musk buys Twitter. Like I keep forgetting
that stock that dropped. The insulin people.
Oh, Eli Lilly when someone in person.
Yeah.
So insulin's free now.
Like red line.
The whole upper class is being sabotaged right now, and it is very fun to watch.
It's hilarious, but you're also about to be part of that, so get ready. I'm gonna make a Twitter, and I'm gonna get it verified. I'm gonna be you.
It won't be worse than mine.
Bet. Bet.
Well, no, I'm gonna come in and I'll be beloved by the people. So they won't want to destroy me.
Beloved cricket man.
Yeah.
You know what you should do, dude? You should do like a full, like really creepy styled Saturday morning cartoon, like cricket costume with like your face painted and like weird antennas coming off of it, and do one of those like wacky Japanese style commercials. Like, have you ever seen?
I know what you mean.
Have you ever seen the commercials that like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do back in the day for like Coke in Japan?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I whooped out my iPad the other night because I was going to start drawing some cartoons again.
Yeah.
And it just won't turn on now. I think I spilled water on it like a month ago and didn't even notice.
I love that, dude. I love that for you.
The 2 times I've really needed to use my iPad, like it
wouldn't work.
People have asked me like, what's the biggest struggle of like starting a business and what's been my biggest hurdle in like growing my company? And I tell them straight up, slow internet and Zoom meetings and bad cell service.
I mean, that makes sense.
And like web pages not loading.
I mean,
and they all say that's the first time that they've heard that and they've never heard that. And I'm like, well, I know everything else I'm doing. I know how to run a business. I know how to deal with this and that. And I can do math and arrange stuff. But like, I that's out of my control. I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, but that also kind of like just speaks to the time that we live in right now. It's like everything is digital. Everything is like information. So it's like if you
Why can't it be faster though?
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you aren't part of something that has like fast internet, or you don't have
I genuinely feel like my internet is slower than everyone else's.
Do you have Spectrum?
My phone, yeah,
that's why Spectrum die.
They're the Rectum.
Yeah, exactly. They're terrible.
It's like that South Park when you go to complain and then he rubs his.
Ooh, I'm sorry, dude. It's exactly.
Do you want to go to another?
Oh, sorry,
provider?
there isn't one.
And they're just rubbing their nipples.
Dude, I went from Google Fiber to Spectrum.
They don't do Google Fiber in my area.
Yeah, exactly. They don't do it in my new area when I moved. I want to shoot myself every time that I have to speak to Spectrum customer service. That's a quote. I hate it. I hate those people. I hate the company. I just want my internet to work. I want to not have to wait on hold for 6 hours.
I literally just want to do my job. That's it.
Ooh, who'd have thought? I'm paying you for something and maybe I'd like it to just work.
I fucking hired Alec, the marketing guy, because I'm like, dude, I can't deal with the internet.
Yeah.
I just got investors. You wait on hold.
Have fun with it. Dude,
Charge me whatever. I can't do this.
I hate it.
It was ruining my day. I was like screaming at my computer.
Dude, no, I get it.
I've been about to shoot my router.
I love that. The visual of it is amazing to me because you're also, whenever I imagine you and we're not together, you're always wearing just a robe and like sandals. So, yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
That makes sense. I get it. I believe it. But yeah, dude, there's absolutely no reason for Spectrum to not only have a monopoly on the internet in my area, but be this bad. It doesn't make any sense. You have one job.
Speaking about monopolies, and I think that's how.
I'm going to get a monocle.
Yeah, monocle and a top hat.
Wait, does Monopoly Man have a monocle?
Yeah. Or is that the Pringles guy? This is that like Mandela effect thing.
No, I think I just don't remember.
But no,
I don't believe in that.
I think everyone watching this is going to be like, yeah, that's a good question. I don't think if there's one person listening to this that is like, no, this is the guy with the monocle, you're insane.
You have to reprioritize.
You just played Monopoly.
Today. You're playing it right now.
You're eating Pringles.
Stop playing Monopoly. Stop.
Don't
pass go.
Stop using Pringles as Monopoly money.
Stop using Pringles, 2 sponges, and a rubber glove.
Oh, not many people are gonna get that one. And good. I'm glad. Oh, I should be shifted this way a little more so you can see my logo.
Dude, those are so cool.
Yeah, we should make more.
Good. Fuck yeah.
You
should see the.
We're doing tracksuits again, man.
Dude.
I've been tracksuited up lately.
I was just about to say, have you seen it? Did you see the tracksuit that Jake had for his fight? Jake and Bake. It was pretty good.
Was it an American flag?
No, it was just like blue, and it had like Cody's new high tech MMA on it, and then a couple of other sponsors. But it looks sick. The dude who's doing our gear now is a pretty cool guy.
Is it gear?
No, it's not gear. It's Magic.
Can you connect me with them?
For sure.
Cool. Want to do like a team up?
Yeah, dude, he's a cool dude. He hooked it up for my kit. That picture that I showed you, those shorts and that shirt.
I have to pee so bad. What other things?
I'm sure we can find some more cricket stuff.
So Golden Cricket, we just have one flavor right now. It's a peanut butter chocolate banana date sweetened protein bar made with crickets that are ground into a flour. You won't even notice they're in there. It's delicious. It's nutritious. It's sustainable. And we are coming out with a horchata cricket protein powder for smoothies that is delicious. Personally, I think it's better than the bar. And I love the bar too. But smoothies, everyone loves a good smoothie.
For sure. And
there's going to be no sugar in that. Very little fat. And much fewer carbs. So it's just straight protein. No allergens outside of the cricket. And I think that's something everyone will enjoy.
Now, is it going to be like a tub thing, like kind of like a protein style powder, or is it going to be like little packets that you can just like whoosh, rip open and dump into your milk / blender? Oh, nice. Right.
I'm going to do 3,000 1-pound pouches.
Okay.
Made out of recyclable material.
Nice, for sure.
And then 2,000 boxes of 15 servings.
Okay, rad.
Individually packaged.
I like that a lot. And now I know my Latino viewers are probably not gonna like this, but personally, dude, horchata, so gross. But
I don't like that either.
It's just such a weird acquired taste. But
it's literally cinnamon.
Yeah, I know. No, It's not, to me at least. I don't know.
Well, you like the protein bar.
I did a lot.
And we're getting 10,000 more of those in a few weeks.
Who doesn't like chocolate and banana?
A lot of people. A lot of people do not like banana. Didn't know that.
That doesn't make
a lot of people hate banana.
Why? I mean, I guess it is kind of like a strong flavor, but like it doesn't taste bad.
Well, I dated this girl who hated bananas because she already didn't like them, and then she got attacked by monkeys for her banana.
That's hilarious.
And then, it's just game over bananas for her.
That's what you get. That's what you get for having a fucking banana around a monkey. Why would you have... In every piece of fiction...
Hey, I was feeding bananas to monkeys in Costa Rica.
For sure. But you didn't try to keep bananas from monkeys, did you?
No.
Exactly. In every piece of fiction, any dramatization of a monkey, they always have a banana. And they always freak out at bananas.
Wow. Yeah, I brought a bunch of bananas to the first time I encountered monkeys in Thailand when I was like 22. Yeah. And all the tour guides were like, no. Bread only. They're going to go crazy over the bananas. And I was like, I want them.
I want to see that.
I told you about the time I almost got attacked by monkeys, right?
No, I want to hear this.
Dude, I was in Thailand and I woke up at like 8 a.m. after a long night of drinking and immediately wasn't hungover when I noticed how beautiful everything was. I was right on the beach.
For sure.
And no one was awake yet. I rented this kayak. I go around the corner where there was supposedly a monkey beach. I pull up, walk onto the sand. There's this little baby monkey just staring right up at me. And I don't know why I did this. I was an asshole for this, but I just go, Kss, like to try to see if he would flinch.
And it started screaming.
Doesn't flinch at all. Just stared at me. Waits a second. Goes, 100 monkeys start pouring down, all screaming, all coming towards me.
Did you just sprint back into the water?
And I'm like, I turn around, I fucking run, I sprint into the water. They can't swim. And I'm apologizing to them. I'm like, I'm sorry. And I start swimming out. I turn back, and they're all just in the water as far as they could go, just like literally doing this, like, fuck you.
I love that, dude.
And I waited for him to cool off. And by this point, the other people had gotten to the shore and had just watched this happen. And I was just like, there's some people out there in the world that have a memory of this happening.
Just like, I watched this like tall dude. He was just like walked up to this baby monkey. He looked like he made a kissy face at it. And then it started screaming and he was chased by monkeys.
Same island, Koh Phi Phi, Thailand. A few years later, me and my buddy Chuck were walking and this monkey slaps a beer out of his hand and chugs it.
That's pretty base, dude. That monkey fucks.
And we had a video of it, and then he lost his phone.
That's why you put things in the cloud, dude.
Yeah, he's a big Android guy.
Ooh.
I used to give him shit for it all the time.
Green text boy.
He still won't change his ways.
I mean, I understand it, dude. Like, okay, you can do cool things with your phone when you have an Android, but also, like, iPhone's kind of pretty.
Yeah, I like to see when people are typing.
I turn that off. Don't I have that off?
I don't think you can do that.
Oh, no, it's just the red receipts that you can turn off.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah, I like those.
A little too personal.
No, I want you to see that I read it and then just didn't say it.
That's what Chris
3
says.
days. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you sent that to me at 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, I read it at 7:32, and then I waited until 9:45 p.m. to say K. Because I don't care.
Oh, dude, I have to pee so fucking bad.
Just start peeing.
I think we should wrap this up.
I think you should just start peeing.
No, Jake would be very mad at me.
That's fair enough. You might want to think about getting plastic down.
All right, we'll see. We're doing this 3 times a month. So thank you for joining me.
Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely.
This was fun.
We talked about this actually for a bit, so it's good to actually finally be here. Since I met you, kind of.
I wish we could do more conspiracy stuff, but, you know, business first.
Hell yeah.
See you next week or whatever.